Hello and welcome to the Machinists News Network. I'm Deirdre Kanievsky. U.S. Airways' plan for a hostile takeover of Delta Airlines is off the table. This comes just days after the issue landed in front of senators in the Transportation Committee. Our own General Vice President Robert Roach Jr. is one of many to testify at the hearing in an effort to prevent this from becoming the norm.
And what happened to TWA is the same thing that could happen here with U.S. Airways and Delta. The fact that transition was not completed when they took TWA over, the fact that the seniority issue was not resolved, then it was left to a political process rather than a business process. So all those TWA people went to the bottom.
These are just some of the concerns Roach, a former TWA employee himself, has with mergers. He knows from experience that combining workforces is the most important issue, and also the biggest challenge. Few in the airline industry can forget what happened with the 2001 TWA merger. The Machinists saw even more problems during the proposed United U.S. Airways merger.
We believe that had they not gone down that road for 18 months, that $500 million would have been in the coffers of United Airlines, maybe our pensions would have been saved, and maybe they would not have gone into bankruptcy.
This is a good example of why the Machinists have responded to this new culture of consolidation with the creation of a transportation merger team, a group of professionals dedicated to help make these transitions run smoothly and protect workers and their benefits.
But that can have an adverse effect on our members because people in mergers and acquisitions, people get furloughed, there's redundancies, and so we have to be prepared to deal with those type of situations.
This team's in place to protect workers from things like lost pensions and wages, layoffs and seniority changes, issues the IAM has addressed during past mergers.
We are better off because of this team than we would be without it. We're better off than any labor organization. There's no other labor organization in North America that is more prepared for the next step in the airline industry than the IAM.
Today, the maintenance and fleet service workers of U.S. Airways and America West continue to wait for an agreement from their merger. The IAM wants senators to ensure that this merger is complete before U.S. Airways takes any more steps to acquire Delta.
And I'm going to say it again. You have to finish transaction 1 before you go to transaction 2.
Pilots, flight attendants, and maintenance people line the back walls of the committee room to show their concern for what can happen to workers in a merger. Some senators shared their anxieties.
My greatest concern is that this could mean, less service.
Mediocre CEOs are getting hundreds of millions of dollars. Somebody who spent 40 years of their lives making sure that the people who traveled on TWA were doing so safely are out of work. And meanwhile, the taxpayers have spent literally billions of dollars trying to bail out this industry.
Lawyers, investors, and bankers and airline executives come out at the likely winners, but where are travelers and the labor unions that are part of this organization? So I think we need to keep our eye on this, Mr. Chairman.
Although this takeover no longer exists, the threat of ill-advised mergers surely does. The IAM will continue to be a voice in making sure this new culture of consolidation doesn't hurt workers and destroy the airline industry as we know it. For more information, you can log on to goiam.org. Thanks for watching.